Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today I'm going to be attempting to fix a seatbelt that doesn't retract as aggressively as I would like. So let's get started. As I said, this is the driver's side seatbelt. I find more often than not that this will twist on its way to retracting and or it doesn't pull quite snug all the time. So it's a pretty simple fix. I'll be showing you guys how to do that. What I recommend is go ahead and lay down your driver's seat and that'll give you a little bit more access. What we need to do is we're going to remove this panel, pull the seatbelt strappage out as best we can. I have a rag here with water on one side, soap on the other, and we're going to wash down this seatbelt. This is a 2018, so it's a 4 or 5 year old car. All your sweat coming in out of the rain, any kind of mud, anything like that off of your jacket and shirt and blah, 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 is slowly going to accumulate up on this belt. And that's going to start adding to the resistance, and it's going to start adding to the resistance of bending. Hi, Anar. And make the mechanism that's supposed to retract it at X amount of resistance be trying to pull against Y amount. And just that little bit of accumulation is slowly going to start making it sit less taut. So pretty simple fix, probably 15 minutes worth of work. Let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is you can grab here and pull, and you'll start freeing it up a little bit. You can see this gasket's kind of getting in the way, so we may have to end up removing that. I do have the pry tool that I'll probably be engaging. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4 holders inside there, and you won't know what that means until I pull it. So let me go ahead and try pulling that up a little bit better with 2 hands. What you can do too is you have this plastic rib here. If you lift this up, it gives you access to your weather stripping. You can pull this up out of the way. It's going to give you a little bit better access to those things. If I pry this, you can kind of sort of start seeing where those mounts are going to be. But let me go ahead and pop it. You'll get a better idea. Basically, right here, we have a tooth, and that tooth is going to engage on this surface. So starting up at the top, you don't necessarily have to remove the gasket. It gave me a better idea of what was going on. It's simple enough. It's not adhesive or anything. It just presses back into place. But if you pry out, pull away from, this side snaps off, the other side, you'll push it away from you, and that side popped loose. And now these remaining holders are popping free. So some of them hopefully will stay in the plastic. Some of them stay in the frame, in which case you'll just pry them back out, click them back into place in the plastic paneling here. But we do want to either hold this out of the way or remove this panel completely, whichever you prefer. Since we got to this point, what we're going to be doing is you're going to be pulling out all the belt until it stops. What I would recommend you do at this point, I'm going to try and do this with one hand while kind of sort of keeping you in frame. You'll have to bear with me here. So by doing this, and you may need to wedge something there, for now it's holding, I can use my flashlight to clip into place as a secondary holder. But basically, you want as much of the seatbelt exposed and not under that as you can do. You're going to wipe down with the water edge or the water side of the rag as best you can. Let it saturate, start breaking the stuff up. Then you're going to hit it with the soap side. Let it saturate, start breaking stuff up. Then you're going to hit it with the water side again. Remember too that this side inside of the plastic hi, stink bug. Inside of the plastic cowling is going to be closest to your latching mechanism, your retraction mechanism, and this side is going to start getting pretty dirty as well. So any of the mud and dust and is going to start accumulating around the retention device, and it's going to spread to more than just the direct in contact with you area. So you're going to wipe down as much of this as you can do. You're already this far in. You might as well go ahead and get to all of it. So let's go ahead and do it. So I don't want to pull too hard because I'm only using the one hand right now. You can see I just want to start getting that a little wet. Back and forth scrubbing motions. We'll get a little bit more of it breaking down. Again, I'm starting with the water side, trying to let it start breaking up. This rag was dirty to begin with, so it's a little unfair, but just use a shop rag, something you're not too tied to. Getting down at the bottom of the seatbelt isn't going to do you any good. This will never be dragged into the retention system, but the side again behind the plastic is the bigger priority, especially if you can get this nice and overly saturated. So as you pull it back and forth through the angle here, you're going to start cleaning up that mechanism as well. So you're cleaning it and essentially lubing it, freeing it up of debris, which is reducing the resistance. So give it a good wipe down. Let's see what we got. All right, so I wiped down the whole section with a pretty waterlogged rag. Let it sit for 2-3 minutes. Now we're going to switch to the soap side and scrub it all again. Again, we're not just doing a single pass, we're scrubbing it. We're going to be pulling the strap through it a couple times, and we're also going to be scrubbing it. The more aggressive you are now, the less often you'll have to do this. So let's get started. For reference, after about 4 minutes worth of wiping, I don't know how well it's showing up on the rag, but there's not like a brown color, but there's a little bit of debris, I would say. So it is helping. What I would recommend is pull out as much of the belt as you can. And I'm grabbing with the rag as good as I can, wrapped around both sides, and I'm literally just falling backwards away from the car, going back up, falling backwards while trying to squeeze it as best I can. That's going to force the soap and the water into the fibers, and I can already tell it's retracting a little bit stronger if that weather stripping weren't in the way, but it's already retracting quite a bit stronger already, and the mechanism isn't even completely assembled. If you would like to, you could probably look for if your mechanism has some exposed axle or something and spray a little bit of solvent or white lithium grease or something like that in there. I'm not going to worry about it. My mechanism seems to be fairly enclosed, so just giving it a good clean is going to be enough. At this point, the next thing you're going to want to do is, part of the issue with it binding is the dirt and sweat and rain and all being pulled into the mechanism and sitting there. So what I would do now is pull out as much of the seatbelt as you can do. I had pretty good luck last time. No, you shouldn't be seeing anything right now, so bear with me. Beautiful. So pull out as much of your seatbelt material as you can, wrap it around the headrest of the other seat, and just allow it to air dry as best as it can. And we'll come back in a couple minutes. So as promised, the sun has left me, but the belt retracts much stronger now, which is fantastic. Problem solved. So again, pull it out as best you can. I find if you can and are willing to get access to the last, 3 feet, that's where most of the gummed up stuff is going to be. The seatbelt material itself is like shimmery, shiny. It's absolutely cleaner. So do go ahead and try pulling it away and cleaning out the surface here as best you can with your rag while you're in there. But relatively simple to do, only takes maybe 10-15 minutes. Admittedly, a little bit of flexibility and articulation is going to be required, but move your seat out of the way, pull it out, scrub it pretty good, let it dry pretty good, and you should be back in business. So this is outside the target demographic. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out there. Again, my bigger issue is it doesn't retract all the way and it sometimes binds. And I'm seeing that now that it's a little bit snappier, it can correct some of the bends. So any questions, comments, concerns you have, leave them in the comment section below. As always, this is outside the target demographic, and I will catch you guys in the next video.